Everyone, we will go ahead and get started. Welcome to the regular City of Pocatello Council meeting for April 16th, 2026. I'm going to start by having Aubriana call the roll, please.
Bates,
Here.
Mangum,
Here.
Nichols,
Here.
Paulson,
Here.
Satterfield,
Here.
Swanson,
Here.
Dahlquist.
Here. Right at this time, I'd ask you to please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. If you'd please remain standing. After that, we do have an invocation by Pastor Giesbrecht representing Water Springs, Pocatello. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Luke chapter 22, verses 26 and 27 says, "But not so among you. On the contrary, he who is greatest among you, let him be as the younger, and he who governs as he who serves. For who is greater, he who sits at the table or he who serves? Is it not he who sits at the table? Yet I am among you as the one who serves." Lord God, I just come before you, Lord, and I lift up these elected officials, Lord, this panel of people that we have chosen to represent us. Lord, I pray that you would move amongst them. Lord, I pray that you would be in their hearts, that you would be in their minds. Lord, that you would direct them in every step. Lord, that as they sit at the table, Lord, Lord, their hearts would be hearts of humility. Their minds would be humble. Lord, not that they would govern as they serve. Lord, not that they would rule over as tyrants. Lord, not that they would rule for selfish gain, but that they would rule to truly serve the people that you've called them to shepherd. Lord, to protect. Lord, this community that you have entrusted to these men and women. Lord, we ask that you would, again, just call each one as they go through the motions, Lord, as they weigh the different things that are before them. Lord, I pray that every decision that they make, everything they vote on, every comment that pops into their mind would be filled with that purpose of service. Lord, not forgetting that you have given authority. Lord, we commit them to you. We thank you for their willingness to serve. We thank you for their hearts. And Lord, again, we just ask that you would maintain their hearts and their minds. In your Son's precious and holy name, amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Before I move into the consent agenda, just a quick announcement that we are pulling agenda item 17 in case you're here for that. That was in regard to City Hall architectural services and approval of the professional services agreement. We will not have that agenda item this evening. Next, I'll go over the consent agenda, and we will do something a little bit new tonight. We're not going to have official approval of a treasurer's report, but after the consent agenda, we'll have our CFO, Rich Morgan, come forward, and he's going to give us a summary of financials year to date and give us just a dashboard type of report for the finances. But I'll first go through the consent agenda, then we'll go through that report after. Agenda item 3, the following business items may be approved by one motion and a vote. If any one member of the council so desires, any member listed can be moved to a separate agenda item. A, minutes. Council may wish to waive the oral reading of the minutes and approve the minutes from the following meetings: City Council work session of March 12, 2026, Special City Council Budget Development Training of March 2, 2026, and Special City Council meeting of April 9, 2026. B, material claims. Council may wish to approve the material claims for the period April 1 to 15, 2026. C, treasurer's report. Council may wish to approve the treasurer's report for February 2026, showing cash and investments as of February 28, 2026. D, Pocatello Arts Council Center appointment. Council may wish to confirm the mayor's appointment of Tanner Gilman to serve as a member of the Pocatello Arts Council, replacing Lazarus Clark, who resigned. Tanner's term will begin April 17th, 2026, and expire July 18, 2028. E, Pocatello Development Authority reappointments. Council may wish to confirm the reappointment of Mayor Mark Dahlquist and Kirk Lipinski to continue serving as members of the Pocatello Development Authority. Both terms will begin May 1st, 2026, and expire May 1, 2030. F, council decision, rezone of 3450 US Highway 30. Council may wish to adopt its decision approving the request from Brandon Ratliff to amend the zoning designation of 3450 US Highway 30 from residential medium density, single family to light industrial. G, kind of a long consent agenda. Council decision, the Crossing Planned Unit Development PUD. Council may wish to adopt its decision approving a request by K Holdings, Inc. for a planned unit development allowing construction of 64 zero-lot line townhomes generally located parallel to Venture Way and at the end of Paradigm Way, subject to conditions. H, 2025 Edward Byrne Justice Assistance Grant application for the Police Department. Council may wish to approve submission of the 2025 Byrne Memorial Justice Assistance Grant application in the amount of $21,580.80. This is an annual allocation administered by Bannock County, and there are no matching fund requirements. If awarded, Police Department staff will use grant funds toward the purchase of 14 RAP safety restraint packages at a total cost of $21,630. The Police Department has been allocated $21,580.80, and the remaining balance is available in the Pocatello Police Department budget. Finally, I is bid management agreement, Historic Downtown Pocatello, Inc. Council may wish to approve a renewal of the management agreement with Historic Downtown Pocatello to administer and manage the operation of the Business Improvement District, and acknowledge that they have reviewed the employment agreement of Stephanie Pelagi with the Historic Downtown Pocatello, Inc. as provided for in the management agreement, and authorize the mayor's signature on all pertinent documents subject to legal department review.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
before I make this motion, did you want to do the report now or after we vote?
You can have a motion.
Yeah, I think we could have a motion to approve the consent agenda and then move forward with the report.
Thank you. Well, Mr. Mayor, with that, I move that we approve agenda item 3, the consent agenda, items A through I as outlined.
Second.
Okay, we have a first from Councilman Mangum and a second from Councilman Paulson. Aubriana, please call the roll.
Mangum?
Yes.
Paulson?
Yes.
Bates?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yes.
Satterfield?
Yes.
Swanson?
Yes.
Okay, what's that? Yes, yeah, Rich, if you could come forward, please, for that long-awaited for report.
I appreciate this quick minute. Rich Morgan with Finance. Maybe as this is the first one, if I could just back up and explain a little bit what I do. I'm going to do some really high-level stuff, and I expect it to evolve over the months as we do this. You get feedback to me, and we'll include the things that you think you want to monitor or watch. But so I want you to think about finance as a car for just a minute. Accounting, because we do 3 things in finance. Accounting is the dashboard of the car. It's the history. It's the things that you see going on with like the oil, the gas. We spent $10 million. We brought in $11 million. Those kinds of things. Finance is the GSP routing. It's where we're going. It's the budget. It's the investments. Those are the kinds of things I'll address tonight. We want to invest $1 million. We want to cut costs by 5%. Now everybody over there is shaking. And then treasury is the fuel system. And I think that's why the state wants to have that treasury report in front of you every month, is because they want you to know if we've got enough fuel to go where we're going. All right, so we backed up a little bit. You were getting a treasury report. You did get, we changed it a little bit. I've shown you this. If you're looking at that, some of the things that I would look at, I just look at the cash ending balance. We gave you the beginning cash, the receipts, the disbursements, the ending balance. If you look at the cash receipts and the disbursements, really close, $12 million. Right? I mean, that's kind of, that's a good basic measure you can look at. What you're bringing in is what you're spending. If you look at the second page, you've got your comparisons. We're running about $10 million higher than last year. That's a really comfortable spot to be in. We're doing a really good job. This shows you the fuel. The other thing that I would mention is that percentage report that I gave you between budget and actuals. We're at 42% of the year, and the city is at 35% spent. Really nice spot to be in. Now, I want you to remember that we're going into a busy time, right? Parks is going to be picking up, streets is going to be picking up, water, sewer, all of those projects that you can do in warm weather. So you're going to see that percentage go a little higher because of that. That's why we're a little under, because we've done those winter months before. I would like to mention that we have instituted our investment policy. We've sent $40 million to Clearwater. We've got estimated return on that of 4.1, a little lower than what we wanted. I was hoping for a full basis point, the difference between what we're getting in LGIP and in Clearwater. LGIP is at 3.5 right now. So we're gonna have to watch that. But it's more than what we were doing. It's 60 basis points above, so that's a good thing. We are looking at changing from the accounting system from what we're doing to a pooled cash. That will give you the opportunity when we get our OpenGov open to go in, and you'll be able to look at each bank account and its balance, the total, and you'll be able to see how that total is divided between all these funds. And those two numbers should match. I'm really excited actually about that change. Let's see, what else did I have? I think that's it for today. Please,
Yeah.
Councilmember Swanson.
So this software that we've got and that we're just now uploading our data to is called
OpenGov.
OpenGov. Okay, OpenGov. And so what is the timeline for having the public-facing portion of that ready for citizens to look at?
July 6th.
Thank you.
You bet.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah. That's the contract date. It could happen before that, but that's the date you should say, because that's the end, that's the date we can enforce.
Okay. We have other questions?
All right, thank you.
Thank you
Thanks,
very
Rich.
much.
Appreciate your
Rich.
time.
Thank you.
Okay, moving along here, we have the proclamation section. We are in the proclamation section. We want to pay some acknowledgements to Tal Sampson, who's here, just that boisterous group in the hall. I think Connie is pulling him in finally, and I'll make an announcement on what this is for. Welcome, you brought an army with you.
You brought a lot of friends, good.
Yes. Well, I'll make an announcement first, Tal, and then have you come up. Let everyone get settled here. Yeah. All right. When you talked about bringing guests, you weren't kidding, Tal. This is family. Yeah, this is family. Yeah.
Would this normally scare you because you'd be thinking you'd be getting yelled at?
No, I'm excited.
We're all happy.
Yeah. I think the decorum here that exuberates excitement, so. Sure, yeah. And what I'll do, Tal, if you want to come toward the podium, but just a, a quick introduction. First of all, welcome, friends. We're very happy that you're all here to join the Pocatello City Council meeting. A couple of months ago, the city was approached by Tal Sampson. Tal is not only a skilled craftsman plumber, he's also an extremely skilled artist. And I forget the timeline exactly, but I think about 12 or 14 years ago, Tal donated this painting to the city of Pocatello, the one on the wall, this wall back here that's facing you, of Chief Pocatello. About 2007.
Started the project.
Okay,
2007. We dedicated it 2010.
okay, sure.
2009.
Yeah, come on up, yeah. And so, just, really quickly, we're here to acknowledge Tal this evening. What we're very excited about is there's Chief Pocatello 2, or whatever we call that. But on this side wall, that's the young Chief Pocatello, and I'm sure you can tell us about that, Tal. But he did donate that print to the city of Pocatello. And so now we're very pleased to have both pieces of art on display. And we want to thank you and acknowledge you tonight, Tal, and for your friendship to the city of Pocatello and the Shoshone-Bannock tribe. And if you'd please, first of all, just big round of applause for your gift.
So just to give a little introduction, it was 2007 that Roger Chase and I, we had this idea, and the city actually commissioned me. It wasn't that I donated it. They commissioned. It wasn't a very big commission, okay? I promise. I promise. Wouldn't even pay for the frame. But anyway, that's a hard project because of, why is that such a hard project? We have no images of Chief Pocatello. We also have a family that, it is part of their ancestry to protect things like this. And so to work with the city was part of my deals. We started in 2007, I think it was 2009 by the time we dedicated it. It was a long project. We all sat in a room for a long time. And there was, I think, at the end, and I think many meetings. Men generally sit around the perimeter, and then it's me and the women, okay? And they are the matriarchs, and they're the ones that truly decide on how we want to project it. So in order to come up with that, obviously, some people are like, okay, how do you do that? Well, if you were to look at Jesus Christ, and I'm in no way I'm making a comparison, but just that image in itself, if you look at history, it was 300 to 400 years after death before we ever got an image. Now we accept it. You see what I'm saying? That's how important artists are. And so to bring a leader like Pocatello in front of, a group and want to use that as a to celebrate that. I mean, how many cities do you know that are named after great chiefs? So another thing is the names. You've all heard your stories, right? Everybody's got a picture of Chief Pocatello in the basement, the grandpa, everybody's got them. The names, you hear the railroad, you hear it's anglicized. And it's how it's translated. So if we were to go up, I don't know if any of you speak Russian, but if we were to go to a Russian village and say, we want to speak to your headman. Well, they're going to be speaking, we're going to be looking at each other. And we're going to misinterpret it. So Aramo, the town of Aramo, Edmo. These guys are very familiar with Edmo. Edmo is anglicized. Aramo is the true name. Tagee, Chief Tagee. Targhee is anglicized. So that kind of gives you a background. It's like when it was coined, the first time in history was 1950, I want to say 1950 or 1857. And so that was long before the Continental Railroad was ever here, because that was 1969. And so, or 1869, sorry. Anyway, the project took a long, long time, and there was quite a few arguments, good ones, and not everybody's happy, you know, and this is what we come up with, and we had a great celebration here, and we had, this room was completely full, we danced, they had drummers out here, it was phenomenal. Why is something like this super important? When we include the names, we would ask you, this is up to you guys, but we would ask you to put this list of names on, these are the names of all the people that made this happen. So we're gonna give this to the city, whether you wanna put it in your office or right there, but we would appreciate, that way the names are really important. All of these individuals are from different, you know, backgrounds, and their names are important. And so I put that together. That same one is out at the tribal museum. And so they've got that out at the museum, and I put one together. I don't think I ever gave you guys one. There you go. So the second thing is, this has been almost 20 years. And we had 3 elders, and this is them. They've all passed. You can't get, this is why this is so important. It didn't cost much money. The notoriety was just an awareness. The more people that know about our city and and use the name Pocatello, this is pretty uplifting. But these individuals, it was extremely important to them. And they're all dead. We put them all in the ground, and we would ask that you could find a spot by those paintings, because these were the oldest Chief Pocatello family members that were still living at the time. And so most, you guys, and I don't know if you want to talk about your mom?
Yes,
So,
my aunt, Lucille and Venus.
Yeah, and if you come a little bit closer so we can hear you on the mic.
My aunt, Lucille Pocatello, is this one here. This is my mother, Venus Pocatello Cortez. We come from LaSalle Pocatello family line. And I'm honored because years ago, my grandfather did a lot of things with the city council back in the 50s, 60s. He worked with the city council, and he did a lot of talking about where he come from and stuff like that. So he had good relationship with the city.
LaSalle's a very well-known
Oh,
name
you know him?
around here.
lots of
Yes.
pictures of LaSalle Pocatello.
Oh, yeah, he loved to take pictures.
Well, a lot of people think LaSalle was one of the original, the original Pocatello. He did get out in front of the camera a lot.
Yeah, because no one else won't step up at that time.
Yeah.
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 And
So this would be her mother, Venus, Lucille Pocatello, and Charlene Browning. Nancy, if you want to talk about your mom.
Okay.
This is Charlene.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Nancy Nacky, and the lady over here is my mother, Charlene. Her maiden name was Hardy, and her married name was Browning. And through her, and my grandfather, Joe Hardy, we were given oral stories about the chief, because we're from Jeanette Pocatello. She was one of the chief's daughters, and she was born down here somewhere by the Portneuf River. So the area is kind of important to us, our family. But this area, the Valley of Pocatello, used to be one of the home sites of our band of people. And the Shoshones had different bands back in the day. And Donzo, or Bojorna, that was the chief's name. he was the leader of the band, and they would travel wherever they could gather food. So even to the point of the legends of his mother and what happened to her before he was born are pretty amazing kind of stories. And the stories that we have of the chief himself, we were told, our family was told not to ever tell anybody about him. And that's why these ladies here were silenced all those years until that man that wanted to make a statue and tell came forward wanting to paint a picture. And that day that we dedicated the statue, we could tell the chief's spirit was there. There were several different things that happened during that time, which were quite amazing to us that noticed it. So anyway, we're here to honor Tal for his artistic ability. And these ladies, they appreciated the work that he did so much that they adopted him into our family. So Tal is my brother, and he's our relative. All these people that are here today are descendants of the chief. And all those that are from Jeanette Pocatello, can you stand? These two ladies right here are my sisters, Joyce and Jan. And her son is Shoni over there. And this is my daughter, Hubia. And her son is, we call him Nabu, but his real name is Navuigin. That means when the sun is barely coming up, kind of like that flag over there. But here's Sholi, and they're pretty active in sports, and they represent our state and their schools. And our little brother, our little grandson over there is from our brother. He's no longer alive, but he came to honor his great-great-great-grandpa and Tal and his paintings. And so I'll let the next speaker. Okay, you guys can sit.
Well, I'll also like to mention, my grandfather was born here, Pocatello Creek. They had, somebody made like a little, where he was born, and it's no longer there, so everything's different here, you know? Okay, go ahead. Armina?
Good evening. I am Michelle Dan Hernandez. I am the great-granddaughter, or the granddaughter of Maud Pocatello. She is the daughter of, the granddaughter of the chief. My brother, Benny Dan, my grandson, Kieran, and more of Maud's family is Armina, Nelson, and I just want to say, my father, his name was Jimmy Dan, and he worked with Pocatello also, with the city of Pocatello. At one time, when I was young, my father and I, we got to paint the chief's head on the Pocatello High School.
Nice.
We did that one time, and it was a kind of an honor for me. I mean, I was young and with him doing this, and it was really sad because it didn't last a week because it was destroyed. Some of the students, I guess, didn't appreciate it, and they
It's
destroyed
probably
it.
Highland.
Probably.
But anyways, you know, my family, the Dan family, we have a lot of pride in our Pocatello family. I do have my Chief Pocatello ring that I wear every day because I am proud. I'm a proud descendant of the chief. Thank you.
Great.
I also forgot to mention LaSalle Pocatello's family line. Oh. In there. Rochelle Nagashaw and her son, Cody. Yeah. Thunder, my sister Marietta, and my brother Marty's daughter, Rhea. Okay.
And Rochelle's grandmother was Lucille. She's one of the elder ladies in the. And my name is Armina Fred. And I'm just here because Tal asked me to speak. And I just want to bring her, I am a descendant, and I'm a humble yet proud descendant of the chief. And I just want to portray the spirit of Pocatello. What the name is, the Pocatello spirit, the spirit of the chief, a spirit of unity. He was a man who wanted to unite with the settlers, with the Mormons and everything, but circumstances happen. And we have to learn from our past. We learn from the past that we don't go forward into those same atrocities and the same mishaps. So as a spirit of Pocatello, I just want to come and bless Pocatello and speak blessings over Pocatello, that we could be united in one accord and come to the place of common unity and in the spirit of Pocatello and the spirit and the pride of Pocatello. And so I'm just here just to portray that and to let you know that we just appreciate everything Pocatello has done for our brother Tal and what he's done for us. And we just want to thank you and bless you for carrying the name that is such an honor and dignity and has such a history that is it's so rich. And if we can learn from that and become a powerful, united community in southeastern Idaho and beyond, Utah, Nevada, wherever the chief roamed, that same spirit, because don't get me preaching. But, it says, wherever the soles of our feet tread, he gives us that ground. And this man tread many a ground, and we just speak blessings over that ground. We speak blessings over Pocatello, and we just thank you for honoring us this day.
Thank you.
So real quick, we just barely, a few months ago, laid one of the chiefs, one of the patriarchs, Marty Cortez, we just laid him to rest. And so he was extremely important with the first one. He modeled for me several times, just a wonderful individual. He was one of the, I believe, 3 chiefs out at Fort Hall that had a sweat, because that has to be given just as city council is given to you guys. It's an honor to do that, and I was lucky enough to do that for quite a while. In fact, just in the last year, so I'll never forget that. How good I got to be the rock man. There's not very many white dudes like me that get to be a rock man. That's a pretty cool honor. And so anyway, we just laid him in the ground. This is him right before we did this. When you're doing a project like this and you're talking finances and things like that, because I don't envy your jobs. It'd be a tough job. Projects like this don't cost much. When I unveiled the second one, which hardly any of them even knew, this was Marty's face. That was just 6 months ago. That's my favorite picture of all time. This is Marty. So that to me was worth every bit of every brush stroke. That second painting I've worked on for 20 years. So super, super important. This was a picture I took of Nancy. You gotta see some resemblance there. There's some resemblance there for,
I think so.
So I think that the family's really proudful about that. But I would like to give this to you guys. It's not something you guys have to put out here, but maybe you guys could start a wall back there. That was a Chief Pocatello wall that would allow some of these beautiful people to come and bring some of their ancestry, so we can see that and people want to see that.
Yes.
They don't want to just come down here to pay water bills. They
their-
want to come
yeah,
down here
yeah.
and see this.
You're right.
You could do some really cool things that don't cost much money. This will kind of start it for you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you,
So
Tal.
there's Marty Cortez. Nelson started this project with me. He's the first family member. I try not to stay too close to Nelson because the family gets really jealous. So I kind of leave him out of it, but we do go to concerts together and we do all kinds of things, and he's a really cool person. Nelson, did you want to say anything? Does anybody else? So Nelson wants to say something. Anybody else wants to say something? Huya is phenomenal flutist, and everywhere I go and there's something special, even my wedding, because my wedding was a teepee setup, and everybody came, they played the drums, they did everything, but she's gonna play a song tonight for us too.
Great.
And she did for the dedication too. So just to honor also some of the ones that we've lost Clay, we've lost Marty, Chu, we've lost Chu, Lucille, Charlene, Chipola. Yeah, we've lost Diane, we've lost Diane, she was huge in this. But we've got 10 others here, young kids, that never came to the first one. So you can carry this on, because the next time, me and Nelson might be going. Okay? Anyway, so if you want to talk, and then I would let her do her song last.
Yeah, I think Tell lied. Where'd he go? I think he used a Papago model. Didn't you?
What's that?
Didn't you use the Pima Papago model? Joyce's husband?
Oh, yes, Bill Hayes. Bill Hayes.
See,
Our
he
dancer.
did, yeah. He didn't do all Shoshone banding, so he lied to us.
He was phenomenal.
But he was a good model. Yeah. I'm a descendant from Maud Pocatello. That was my grandmother, and her dad was named Washington Pocatello, who was his dad was the chief. Now, we have a big family of Pocatellos. This is the tip of the iceberg. But out in the Bannock Creek, Arbon Valley, for some reason our other relatives, they changed their names to Pocatilla with the I. And maybe somebody knows the story about that. I don't know it, but they're all out there, and they, for some reason or other, they don't get involved with this kind of thing. But,
Like his real name.
pardon?
Peter Doggy, he didn't like that name.
Oh, yeah, Oliver Pidgeydoggy, I guess he didn't like the Pocatello name, so he changed it to Pocatilla. I have a good war story about him, but I can't go into it. Well, it was World War II. My dad saw him twice over in the South Pacific, but anyway, it's funny. But my family members are Jairus Fred, and my little baby girl there, my granddaughter Isla Racehorse, and Garrett Galloway, and of course Armina Fred. And one little story. It was told to me that Chief Pocatello was camped at a Bear River massacre camp area 2 days before the massacre occurred, and he was alerted by a bird. A bird landed on his teepee, and the bird talked to him, and he says, "You have to leave." He says, "There's something going to happen, and it's not going to be good." So Chief Pocatello listened to him. He had a camp here in the other Western Shoshone, or Northwest was right here. And he went to the chief, I don't recall his name, but he alerted him, and he says, "You gotta leave." He says, I was told we need to leave this area. He said, "The cavalry's coming." And he says, no. He goes, "I'll talk to them. They're friends of mine." So Chief Pocatello couldn't sway him. So he got his band together, and they headed back to Fort Hall, probably the Bannock Creek area where he lived. But anyway, and the next day, that morning, then O'Connor and his family, or his family, I guess they were all family, but they come up and they slaughtered the Northwestern Band, over 300 persons. So if the chief had stayed there, we wouldn't be here today. So that's my story about the chief. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, good evening. As mentioned, my name is Huvia Edwards, and Nancy is my mother, and Charlene was my grandmother. And I wanted to come here today and share a song with all of you. I play Native American flute. I'm a third-generation Native American flute player. And it's an honor to be here this evening. To join in this celebration of and this honoring of Tal and his phenomenal talent that he has shown. And I just want to share this song for all of us here, that we can all receive a good blessing, as well as the people that aren't here, as well as our family, friends that have since passed on, that we can, keep them in our hearts and remember them, because they were really big supporters of the projects that have gone on throughout the years. So with that, I just want to say thank you for having us, and thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, I know this probably is against decorum and probably breaks protocols of some kind. I don't care though. But I would request if everyone who came to honor Tal and Chief Pocatello, if they could stand in front of us and we stand behind, and if we could take a picture to honor this occasion.
Thank you.
Going And I think Ann Butler is around that said she'd be the photographer tonight.
Is there any questions?
Would it be better in front of the picture? I'm just not sure there's room over there.
I like wherever,
It's right.
right? Oh,
Okay.
Good evening, City of Pocatello. My name is Delicia Dan. I'm full-blood Shoshone Bannock. I am a descendant of Chief Pocatello through Jimmy Dan. Jimmy Dan was a well-known community member who promoted our Shoshone Bannock tribes to where we are today. And I would like to take this time to acknowledge my aunt and my uncle, Michelle Hernandez, and my uncle Ben. They are the elders of our Dan family, along with my mother, Berdina. And what I would like to emphasize to all of Southeast Idaho is that Chief Pocatello was buried in Endless Spring with 18 of his finest horses. And our family, the Dan family, we are well known through my grandfather, the late Jimmy Dan Sr., for organizing the Indian Relay. He was the one who drew the original logo that we see. I'm not sure if any of you had attended the Indian Relays in Blackfoot or in Fort Hall, but I would like to really express my heartfelt spirit of Pocatello, speaking of the horses, because that's what we are. We're a horse family. And it is truly a blessing to know that the chief himself, like the story goes, he was buried in the Endless Spring with the 18 of his finest horses. And I would like to really thank Tal for being my inspiration also, because myself, I'm a master bead worker for the Shoshone Bannock tribes. And what I admired the most about this last painting, there's a lot of features that I see of my uncles, the late Danford Dan Sr., and Jimmy Dan Jr., as well as a well-known artist himself, my Uncle Mike Dan. And to all my relatives here, I'm very thankful that we are here together in unity of the chief and especially the city. The city wouldn't be Pocatello if it wasn't him making the connections with the Pacific Railroad, and that's what we're known for. And each one of us here in this room, we are gems of the state, the gem state. We have our own leadership, we have our own character, and when we come together as a community, this is what we bring together, is the harmony that we share here on Mother Earth. So I would like to thank you, all of us.
thank you.
As we're going to be celebrating Earth Day, we got to be thankful for our water. We're very fortunate that we have our natural spring. We have our Portneuf River. We have our Snake River. We're very pure with that water, because without water, there is no life. But yes.
Perfect.
But
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Let's do a photo.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes,
I have
yeah, sure.
a couple of things. So before every meeting, we have an invocation, and I think it would just be great from time to time if we could get, maybe a native invocation from somebody at the tribe.
Yeah.
That would just be great.
Yeah, well,
great idea.
we have connections out there.
Right.
So we can do things like that. When I am going to take the painting and I'm going to liven that up.
Yeah.
All right.
I've gotten a lot better. So I'm going to take that painting for 30 to 60 days. When I bring it back, it's going to be the same painting. I'm just going to liven it up, add a few things for the family. And the cavalry jacket was super important for their family. I'm going to make that thing just gleam. And so there's, you guys, I will absolutely lift the copyright. Get them on your coin. The fire department's already got them on their coins, and they say that's the best coin in the United States. And they took it from him. So use it use it, promote it. You guys have a lot of ability to promote things like this, and the family loves that. And we would love an invite, maybe to come back when we redo it.
Sure. And what was the non-anglicized pronunciation of Pocatello?
Okay, you're gonna have to have, can you say it? Panazio.
What was that?
What's Chief Pocatello? How do you pronounce Chief Pocatello?
Well, there was two names.
Okay. Tunzo.
It means buffalo, or Pojorna, that means the buffalo's robe.
Yep. It's a buffalo robe.
Oh.
That's why the robe was so important.
Great, thank you so much.
Okay,
Okay.
all right, well, let's do this.
Okay. This is yours.
Still waiting for my gold coin.
Jared. Connie.
Oh, that's good, that's good, that's good.
Photo here, that's gonna be tough. It's a big crowd.
I get three of you.
Block you.
How's that? Is that good?
Might have to hold it kinda high.
I was gonna go like this. Does that work?
We need to hold them? Because they can hold them. If you look.
But we'll have them, hey, Tal, you wanna have one of them hold it down there so we can see
I
that
think
better?
that's gonna be better. Yeah. Would you mind holding this? I think they'll be able to see it in the picture from back here. Please put that, maybe somebody in the front can hold it, please. Look over there, you guys.
Look straight forward.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
You sweet lady. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Good to see you, Armina. Hi.
Thank you for
Yeah, you
coming.
can get back to the mayor.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Just putting it back.
Oh, you're good.
All right, thank you so much.
Hey, how's
Good
it
to
going?
see you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. Nice to see you.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Good to see you.
Especially you. You are so
Thank you for coming
focused.
today.
Hey, I'll stall.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Cute.
I'll stall if you go.
Thank you for coming.
You're gonna go, you better ask it.
What's the necklace made out of?
Lost control. So, thank you, Tal. Yeah, this is awesome.
I used to know the entire panel. It was easy to get the commission because everybody knew me because I worked for all of them. Now I don't know.
Yes.
He's the only one I know.
Well, we would love to get to know you.
Well, you guys are so right.
Yeah, absolutely.
No
is.
complaints. 5 generations.
Thank you so much.
On the Armstrong side of mine, the Sanderson side, 4
Yes.
generation, and then at.
Yeah, I am. That I am. Thank you.
Thank you for doing this. Hi, sweetie. Thank you so much. Totally.
Oh, yeah.
And you,
Oh, no kidding.
thank you so much for coming.
Nice to see you.
Oh, thanks, Tom.
Yes,
Yeah, of
ma'am.
course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you,
Lucky dogs. Thank you for
The one and
coming.
only.
Told you.
Yeah, just once again, thank you, friends, for joining us. Thank you so much, Tal, for orchestrating this together. Yeah, I feel like the rest of the meeting will be a little bit dry after all of this highlight.
All right. Appreciate you coming. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Have a good evening, you guys.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Cody. Thanks for coming. See you later.
Thank you.
Want to hear the Oliver Pocatello story. I could tell it. Should take a minute or two. My dad.
Yeah, we probably ought to need to go forward, so just if you could wrap that up really quick for us. Okay, sure.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah.
Pocatello story. He got sent to the South Pacific in World War II. As my dad, Art Fred Sr. did too.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming.
My dad said they didn't hit Hawaii. And I think he wanted to hit Hawaii just to see how it was. Nice to meet you. But he said they all points west, and they hit Solomon Islands, places like that, like the Japanese.
Oh, yeah, I wonder what that is.
And he was on one of the islands, maybe Saipan, I can't remember what he said. And he says he saw this guy on a stretcher, and he was going, hey Art. And it was Oliver Pijidogi, Pocatello. He goes, hey, Oliver. He goes, what's the matter? He goes, I'm going to go home, Art. He goes, oh, okay. And then they were being pushed. Come on, let's go. And so they waved at each other. And he said it was about a month or two later. Must have didn't get shot very good. So he saw him on another island. I don't remember what island it was, probably where they had Henderson Field, because they had a big fight over there with the Japanese. And he heard that same voice again. He goes, hey, Art. And he goes, hey, there was Oliver Pijidogi, Pocatello again. I'm going to go home this time, Art. And he goes, oh, okay, well, we'll see you at home. My dad had to laugh. I says, where'd you get shot? And he goes, probably in the butt. And so I think he did receive 2 Purple Hearts, Oliver Pocatello.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you once again. All right, well, we're going to continue on with the rest of the meeting. As I said, it's a little bit hard to top that. We may come close with 3 more proclamations, so really appreciate your patience in staying with us. Let's go to agenda item number 4, which is the proclamations. First, we're going to commemorate Earth Day. We have Councilmember Nichols that will read that one if we're ready.
So, City of Pocatello proclamation. Whereas the first Earth Day was celebrated on April 22nd, 1970, and whereas Earth Day originated in the U.S. and became recognized worldwide by 1990, and whereas every year on April 22nd, men, women, and children participate in environmental stewardship activities such as stream cleanup, planting trees, educational events, celebrating sustainable accomplishments, and more, and whereas environmental education, resource conservation, waste reduction, and environmental protections are imperative to a sustainable future, and whereas it is understood that sustainability will only be achieved by considering the triple bottom line, the environment, the people, and the economy, and whereas the observance of Earth Day will highlight and focus our attention on reducing our own environmental footprint, and whereas Earth Day is celebrated around the globe to remind us all to do our part to protect the earth for future generations. Now, therefore, Mark Dahlquist, Mayor of the City of Pocatello, does hereby proclaim Wednesday, April 22nd, to be Earth Day in Pocatello, a special day to remember our earth, a day for reminding us of how we can all help to preserve the wonderful environment that we enjoy as citizens of Pocatello.
Yeah. Thank you, Mayor and Council. I value this proclamation as a key annual renewal of the city's commitment to protecting and restoring our valley for all people. At the city, we support our valley by upholding environmental legislation, employing sustainable development practices, executing grants to restore the lands and waters, and through public outreach events like the Environmental Fair, which we should all be going to on Saturday. So, under your leadership, City will continue to lead by example through environmental stewardship, and I thank you for that. Did you want a picture? I
We
won't.
would love a picture.
Okay, I won't shake your hand because I am sick.
It was gonna be like right in
All right, City of Pocatello proclamation. Whereas the City of Pocatello holds the health and well-being of its residents to be a top priority. The City of Pocatello is thankful for all efforts to improve the lives of our residents, especially by the countless medical professionals, staff, and researchers who work throughout our city and region. Whereas highly trained and dedicated medical laboratory professionals make an invaluable contribution to quality healthcare and save countless lives each day by providing reliable laboratory test results required for the prevention, detection, diagnosis, and treatment of disease. It is widely recognized that the practice of modern medicine at the standards we now enjoy would be impossible without the scientific tests performed daily in medical laboratories. Whereas the diversified employees of the medical laboratory include pathologist assistants, medical laboratory scientists, medical laboratory technicians, histologists, cytotechnologists, phlebotomists, and laboratory clerical staff who perform their related duties around the clock 24 hours a day, every day of the year. Now therefore, Mark Dahlquist, Mayor of Pocatello, does hereby proclaim the week of April 19th to the 26th, 2026 to be Medical Laboratory Professionals Week.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Oops. Good evening. I'm Taylor. I'm the Lab Quality Education and Outreach Coordinator for Portneuf Medical Center. I want to start by thanking Mayor Dahlquist and the members of the City Council for this meaningful proclamation and for taking the time to recognize Medical Lab Professional Week. On behalf of the medical lab professionals across our city, I want to express sincere gratitude. Lab professionals often work behind the scenes, but our work plays a critical role in patient care by supporting accurate diagnoses, guiding treatment decisions, and protecting public health. This recognition shines a light on the dedication and expertise and the commitment of laboratorians throughout our community, and it really means a great deal to us. Again, thank you for your support of healthcare professionals and for honoring the essential contributions of medical lab professionals. We are proud to serve the city and all of its residents. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
City of Pocatello proclamation. Whereas April is the month of the military child, an opportunity to recognize military children for their resilient spirits, personal sacrifices, strong character, and courage. And whereas military children are a part of the strength of our nation, supporting and encouraging their service members with a fierce patriotic spirit. And whereas these children are a source of pride for the great state of Idaho and for us all, it is fitting that we take time to recognize their contributions. And whereas the military children continue to make significant contributions to family, community, and nation as they endure prolonged and repeated absences of one or both parents. And whereas a month-long salute recognizes that military children serve too, and citizens of Idaho will be afforded the opportunity to don the color purple every Friday of April in support of these children. Now therefore, Mark Dahlquist, Mayor of the City of Pocatello, do hereby proclaim the month of April to be Month of the Military Child in Pocatello and urge all residents to express their appreciation for the contributions military children and their families make to our community and nation.
Thank you for your time. My name's Heidi Young. I'm the Military and Family Readiness Specialist here in Eastern Idaho for the Idaho National Guard. I cover the area from basically the Montana border down to Idaho now. And this is an issue that's near and dear to my heart because I raised 4 military children of my own. And for the last 12 years of my 25-year marriage, my husband was actually away with the military. And so these kiddos, and I really do get emotional, and I'm going to try and keep my thoughts here intact, but you know, when a service member decides to join the military, you know, they raise their hand and they do what they do, but it's their choice. They make that choice. For those of us that marry someone who's in the military, we also make that choice. Or hopefully if our husbands or service members are joining while we're married, we're part of that choice. Our children don't make that choice. Our children are born into it. And that makes them a very special group of people. I would never use the word sacrifice because I don't think they sacrifice, but they do give up a lot, and they do their part to serve our country as well. I can't even count the number of birthdays my children didn't have their father for. My youngest is graduating from high school this year, and her father will not be able to be there because he's off serving, and she's not the first one. And so we need to remember that these children have a very unique set of circumstances that they face, and they are so strong, and they are so brave, and they do it every day, and they don't even know how brave and how strong they are. So usually I have a handful of them with me here tonight. Apparently tonight was a very busy night, and none of my military youth were available to join me, so I'm here by myself, but I will definitely share this with them. Thank you for your time. Thank you for honoring them.
All right, moving along, we have agenda item number 5 is a calendar review. I do want to point out that this week is National Public Safety Telecommuters Week. That is in honor of our emergency dispatchers and telecommunicators, so a shout out to all of you. Council meetings are as follows: April 23rd, 6 p.m., special City Council Town Hall meeting. That will be right here at the City Council chambers. May 7th, 9 a.m., City Council Budget Development Meeting. 5:30 p.m., also on May 7th, Council Clarification Meeting. That's followed by 6 p.m. at the regular City Council meeting. May 14th at 9 a.m., we have the City Council Work Session, followed by a budget development meeting. A few other events: Zoo Idaho is now open on the weekends only. Beginning May 1st, the zoo will be open every day. April 18th at 10:30 a.m. is the 29th annual Run with the Big Dogs at Centennial Park. Registration is open now online by contacting the animal shelter. April 18th, the Portneuf Valley Environmental Fair will be held at Lookout Point from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. The free, family-friendly event is the largest environmental fair in southeastern Idaho. Citizens using any Pocatello Regional Transit fixed route or special service during environmental fair hours may ride from Lookout Point to and from Lookout Point for free. April 6th at 11 a.m., groundbreaking ceremony for Connections Credit Union Clubhouse at Riverside Golf Course. Understand demo started today, and our Parks and Rec Director, Ann Butler, is very excited about that. The annual citywide spring cleanup, annual spring cleanup day at cemeteries is underway. Crews will remove and discard all flowers and decorations. Citizens are asked to remove decorations, etc. they have placed on a cemetery space if they wish to avoid disposal of the items. Cleanup is expected to continue through the end of April. Compost Happens program, April 1 through the last full week of November. Yard waste carts will be picked up the same day as your regular collection day. City Creek Recreation Area gates are closed to motorized access until approximately May 15th, 2026. Looking ahead, citywide spring cleanup, that's sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce. That will be held Saturday, May 2nd from 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. beginning at Caldwell Park with a free breakfast. Finally, dog licenses expire June 1st. Beginning May 1st, the city is offering half-price dog licenses through the month of May. Licenses may be purchased at the animal shelter. Agenda item 6 is items from the audience. We did not have anyone sign in this evening. So we'll move to agenda item 7, final plat application, Breezy Commons Townhomes First Edition. Council may wish to approve a final plat application by Gate City Builders LLC, represented by Sunrise Engineering, to subdivide 2.12 acres for Breezy Commons Townhouses First Edition into 7 lots. The subdivision is located at 3780 Philbin Road. The Planning and Zoning Commission approved the preliminary plat finding that it met the standards for approval with conditions, and staff finds that the final plat is in substantial conformance with preliminary plat.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I move to approve agenda item number 7 with one addition that the title should read, Breezy Commons, a division of Lot 59, Block 1, Breezy Townhouses.
Second.
Okay, we have a first from Councilman Nichols and a second from Councilman Mangum. Aubriana, please call the roll.
Nichols?
Yes.
Mangum?
Yes.
Bates?
Yes.
Paulson?
Yes.
Satterfield?
Yes.
Swanson?
Yes.
Agenda item 8, piggyback bid acceptance for Alameda Park and Empire Park playground equipment, Parks and Recreation Department. Council may wish to accept the piggyback bid of Sourcewell contract with BCI Burke Company for the purchase of 3 playgrounds for Alameda Park and Empire Park in the amount of $102,697.60, and authorize the mayor's signature on all pertinent documents, subject to the legal department review. Funding for the purchase has been allocated in the FY 2026 Parks and Recreation budget.
Mayor,
Yes.
I move to approve agenda item number 8 as outlined, authorizing your signature on all pertinent documents, subject to legal department review.
Second.
All right, thank you. We have a first from Councilman Paulson and a second from Councilwoman Swanson. Aubriana, please call the roll.
Paulson?
Yes.
Swanson?
Yes.
Bates?
Yes.
Mangum?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yes.
Satterfield?
Yes.
Agenda item 9 is a use agreement, Ultimate Impact American Kenpo Alliance, Parks and Recreation Department. Council may wish to approve a use agreement with Ultimate Impact American Kenpo Alliance for Tai Chi classes to be held at the Community Rec Center, and authorize the mayor's signature on all pertinent documents, subject to legal department review.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I move to accept agenda item number 9, use agreement with Ultimate Impact American Kenpo Alliance, the Parks and Recreation Department, and authorize your signature on all pertinent documents subject to legal department review.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a first from Councilwoman Swanson and a second from Councilwoman Satterfield. Aubriana, please call the roll.
Swanson?
Yes.
Satterfield?
Yes.
Bates?
Yes.
Mangum?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yes.
Paulson?
Yes.
Agenda item 10, declaration of surplus property, Sanitation Services Department. Council may wish to accept the recommendations of staff and declare 4 vehicles as surplus property and authorize the trade-in of the vehicles as part of the FY 2026 sanitation fleet procurements per the rate study, and authorize the mayor's signature on all pertinent documents, subject to legal department review. How do you wish to proceed?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I would move to approve the declaration of surplus property for the sanitation department as outlined in agenda item 10, authorizing your signature on all pertinent documents subject to legal department review.
Second.
Okay, thank you. We have a first from Councilman Mangum and a second from Councilman Paulson. Aubriana, please call the roll.
Mangum?
Yes.
Paulson?
Yes.
Bates?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yes.
Satterfield?
Yes.
Swanson?
Yes.
Okay, agenda item 11, piggyback bid acceptance and purchase for road oils, Idaho Asphalt Supply, Inc. Council may wish to approve piggybacking the 2026 Power County contract with Idaho Asphalt Supply, Inc. for certain road oils for the street department's 2026 pavement maintenance season in the amount not to exceed $96,830, and authorize the mayor's signature on all applicable documents, subject to legal department review.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I would like to hear from our Public Works Director.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Tom Kirkland, Public Works.
Hello, sir. Thank you for your time. Here we have asphalt, we have oils, we have all the micro surfacing stuff, everything for our streets. Can you please give us a rundown of what all of these next several agenda items are looking like and how we treat our streets?
Yeah, so I apologize because I can ramble about asphalt all night, so if you need to give me the sign to it. The first thing that we do is we got to get good data, and so that's a critical part of it. We use a third-party consultant to come in and laser scan our roads to give us an accurate assessment. We used to survey our own roads a long time ago, and sometimes after lunch, the roads got a little better when you didn't want to count cracks as much, and so we liked a more subjective approach. So we get that data, then we have a pavement model that we run, and it does a cost-benefit analysis of every road in town, and it starts punching out some information. So in our toolbox, we have a lot of different types of treatments that we can do depending on what the condition of the road is. Our roads are rated in pavement condition index from 0 to 100. 0 is completely gone, 100 is brand new. And so what we try and do is balance. We do a certain amount of treatment to the new roads, and we do a certain amount of treatments to the bad roads, and we do a certain amount of treatment to the middle of the road. Roads. So it is definitely by far the best bang for the buck to keep the good roads good. And so we use fog seal. That's what we're talking about right now. We use a fog seal. And basically, the worst enemy of asphalt is water and sun. And so this light treatment just applies more oil to the surface to tighten it up. And then we go to different levels of treatment. When the road gets degraded to a certain extent, we go to a micro seal, which is on here as well, another agenda. And then as it gets to a point where it's degraded beyond light maintenance, then we get into paving roads.
So we hear this all the time, how terrible our streets are and the quality of our streets. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, so we were pretty excited this year. We had our roads, like we said, a third-party evaluation to get us an honest assessment. And our network is about 75 PCI, which is like head and shoulders above like the national average for not only cities our size, but also larger cities. So we do actually have really good roads. And that's something that we're very proud of, and we should all be very proud of, that the money we spend goes to the right places with the right treatments to be able to preserve those roads and make them last longer.
So we've got some of the best streets in the state. So thank you to you and your staff for what you guys do to maintain that. And so do we already make a motion?
We have not yet.
Well, with that, Mr. Mayor, I would move to approve the piggyback bid acceptance and purchase for road oils from Idaho Asphalt Supply, Inc., as outlined in agenda item 11, authorizing the mayor's signature on all applicable documents, subject to legal department review.
Second.
Okay, thank you. We have a first from Councilman Mangum and a second from Councilman Paulson. Brianna, please call the roll.
Mangum?
Yes.
Paulson?
Yes.
Bates?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yes.
Satterfield?
Yes.
Swanson?
Yes.
Okay, agenda item 12 is another street-related agenda item, bid acceptance and award for super paved asphalt and related materials for Mickelson Construction. Council may wish to accept the recommendations of staff and award the bid for super paved asphalt and related materials to the lowest responsive bidder, Mickelson Construction, Inc., for the city's 2026 pavement maintenance season in the approximate amount of $965,500, and authorize the mayor's signature on all pertinent documents, subject to legal department review. Funding for the materials has been budgeted by the Street and Water Department fiscal year 2026 budgets.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Move to approve agenda item number 12 as listed.
Thank you.
Second.
Okay, we have a first from Councilman Nichols and a second from Councilman Mangum. Brianna, please call the roll.
Nichols?
Yes.
Mangum?
Yes.
Bates?
Yes.
Paulson?
Yes.
Satterfield?
Yes.
Swanson?
Yes.
Great. Moving right along into more street-related agenda item. This is 13, piggyback bid acceptance and contract approval for microsurfacing services, VSS International. Council may wish to approve piggybacking the City of Pocatello 2024 contract for Type 3 fiberized microsurfacing services via VSS International for the 2026 pavement maintenance season in the approximate amount of $800,430 and authorize the mayor's signature on all pertinent documents subject to legal department review. Funding for the materials has been budgeted in the street department fiscal year 2026 budget.
Mayor,
Yes.
I move that we accept agenda item number 13, piggyback bid acceptance and contract approval for microsurfacing services from VSS International.
Thank you.
And authorize the mayor's signature on all pertinent documents subject to legal department review.
Second.
Okay, we have a first from Councilwoman Satterfield and a second from Councilman Mangum. Brianna, please call the roll.
Satterfield?
Yes.
Mangum?
Yes.
Bates?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yes.
Paulson?
Yes.
Swanson?
Yes.
Agenda item 14, piggyback and bid acceptance for concrete services, M&S Development and Construction LLC. Council may wish to accept the recommendations of staff and approve the piggyback bid on the City of Pocatello FY 2024 contract pricing for certain concrete services via M&S Development and Construction LLC for FY 2026 projects and authorize the mayor's signature on all applicable documents subject to legal department review.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I move that we accept agenda item number 14 as written.
Second.
Okay, we have a first from Councilwoman Swanson and a second from Councilman Paulson. Brianna, please call the roll.
Swanson?
Yes.
Paulson?
Yes.
Bates?
Yes.
Mangum?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yes.
Satterfield?
Yes.
Agenda item 15, bid acceptance and award for on-call patching services, Superior Asphalt. Council may wish to accept the recommendations of staff and award the bid for an on-call patching services to the lowest responsive bidder, Superior Asphalt, Inc., for the city's 2026 construction season and authorize the mayor's signature on all pertinent documents subject to legal department review. Funding for the materials has been budgeted in the fiscal year 2026 water department budget.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I would move to approve agenda item 15, bid acceptance and award for on-call patching services, Superior Asphalt, authorizing the mayor's signature on all pertinent documents subject to legal department review.
Second.
Okay, thank you. We have a first from Councilman Mangum and a second from Councilwoman Swanson. Brianna, please call the roll.
Mangum?
Yes.
Swanson?
Yes.
Bates?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yes.
Paulson?
Yes.
Satterfield?
Yes.
Agenda item 16, Code 4 Service Contract for AI-powered report writing and video analysis, Police Department. Council may wish to accept the recommendations of staff and approve a one-year service contract agreement with Code 4 in the amount of $33,600 for an AI-powered report writing and video analysis platform for law enforcement, as discussed at the April 9, 2026 council work session, and authorize the mayor's signature on all pertinent documents subject to legal department review.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
if I could hear from Officer Barty.
Good afternoon, Mayor, City Council. I'm Zach Barchi. I'm a captain with the Pocatello Police Department.
So Zach, can you walk us through how these reports are going to be identified as having AI as a component of that report? I understand there's going to be some text on all of the reports.
Yeah, when these reports are generated, at the bottom of the report, if AI is used, there's a line in there that says the report was generated, edited, and modified in part or whole using Code 4's AI.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then I've had another concern from a constituent about potential errors in those reports. And I understand that the officer has to sign off on the report. So it's not that AI is writing the report for the officer, but rather it's creating a draft and then the officer goes through and then reads the report, make any changes, and then submits the report. Is that correct?
Yeah, so we're using this as a tool, much as typewriters were used, when we're using pens, it's the way of the future in reference to a tool. So the expectation is that officers use the tool, but they make sure to go through the report and verify, make any corrections or edits, and that they sign off on the report before it goes to a supervisor or to court or things like that.
Right. On that note of that kind of report going into court, since the AI tool looks at body cam footage and then creates an outline based on its interpretation of those of the information there on the body cam, to clarify, the body cam footage will be available as a backup to that report if there are any questions about what really happened or whether the accuracy of the report. So we could call on that body cam footage. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Correct. The body cam footage is saved for years in an entirely different system, and we make sure that we retain that information.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, question.
So on our negotiation or this 1 year thing, on negotiation, we're not locked into this rate or like she had talked about it earlier. I'm trying to remember, I wanted you to say, let us know that this isn't something that, let me see, I have my notes. It's not a fixed rate and it's not for a longer period of time. Like our negotiation is just for this year or this, that we're doing, right? So that we can use it, try it, and then we're not locked in for 5, or does that make sense? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Exactly. So we have done a trial and error period. That's what we're concluding. This would be for a 1-year contract.
Okay.
And this would be for this next fiscal year. And then we want to make sure that we're proud that we're constantly working with technology and making sure that we're the tip of the spear, right? Mm-hmm. But we want to make sure that in a year, there might be something better, there might be something else, or we might continue to go with the same program, but we would be locked in for just 1 year, which we think at this time is appropriate.
Okay, I like that, thank you.
Yep.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Captain Barchi, thank you for your work. Thank you for discovering this piece of information and this tool to help police. Can you just give me the day in the life of an officer, how this benefits the officer and how it saves time, saves money, and just makes you more efficient in your job?
Well, first off, thank you, Councilmember Mangum. I did not bring this to the department. I can't take full credit of it. I do think it's something that's beneficial. But so the day in life of an officer, when an officer, one of the things that is most taxing on an officer's time is their report writing. It also takes the longest. There's a lot of things that go behind, right? We can go out, we can do everything we need to do to make sure that the city is safe, but then we need to come back and we need to make sure that we document it and we're thorough in our documentation so we can go to court and we can have successful trials and all those kind of things. So when we come back to the station, what we have done in the past is we've either typed out our reports, right, written reports, or we've dictated on a phone, and then those dictations, they get typed. Those dictations come back, the officer verifies that everything's correct, and then it goes. It is a timely process. What this is doing is it's taking from the body cam footage, and everyone that has used AI knows that it's much quicker. They're then able to read for accuracy, and so it's saving a bunch of time for officers. And it's also helping, with retention, with recruiting, with all kinds of different aspects that we're seeing benefits from.
I appreciate this because not only does it pertain to when we go to court, but it protects the officer and any citizen who's involved. And so this is not just a tool for going to court and legal purposes, well, obviously legal purposes, but it also does protect people. It protects everybody who's involved and who's captured on this video. And so this is, I think this is great. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Okay, yes.
So this will allow the officers to spend more time on the street as opposed to in the office writing reports, is that right?
And that is ultimately the goal. We want to do community policing, and we want to make sure that we're out in the community as much as possible. And this helps with that, right? It helps to reduce the amount of time we have to stay in the station and be typing our reports and things, that we can review them faster and then get out and continue to be in the community.
Great, thank you.
Mr. Mayor.
Okay, yes.
Sorry, one more thing. I know that, AI, people get cautious about things, are very cautious about these kinds of things, and I feel like you guys have done your due diligence, tried it out, keeping it safe, doing those things, and so I appreciate that, and, trying to keep up with things as we're, going forward, and so, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So with that, Mr. Mayor, I would move that we approve Code 4 service contract for AI-powered report writing and video analysis for the police department, as outlined in agenda item 16, authorizing the mayor's signature on all pertinent documents subject to legal department review.
Second.
Okay, thank you. Before we go for the vote, just quickly, a couple of days ago, Councilwoman Satterfield and I, we took a tour of the INL, and we were in Idaho Falls, and I was talking to Mayor Burtonshaw, the Idaho Falls mayor, about what we're doing and introducing the AI technology for report writing, and she was really salivating and kind of jealous, and like, again, Pocatello, you're ahead of us, and how can we take some best practices? So it was good to hear that. I think we're moving in the right direction here. So with that, we had a first from Councilman Mangum. I believe the second was from Councilwoman Satterfield. And if you could call the roll, Aubriana, please.
Mangum?
Yes.
Satterfield?
Yes.
Bates?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yes.
Paulson?
I hope I'm not enabling a Dune dystopia, but yes.
Swanson?
Yes.
Honestly.
Okay, thank you.
Well, it's efficient.
Yes.
Saying yes.
And as earlier advertised, we did strike agenda item 17 from the agenda. So with that, we are adjourned. Thank you for attending.
You're a hoot.
Crappy thing about, like,